Trish Toby with WARC reporting to you live from Westchester, New York, where there appears to be some sort of mutant menace on the loose.
Hey everybody, I'm Pat Reber.
And I'm Matt Allcamp.
And I'm Pushing Up Roses.
And say it with us, Pete.
Welcome
to Mutant
Menace.
I have it down 100%.
I don't know. I feel suspicious of that, but I guess we'll find out when I edit it. And I move your track over.
I'm a
and I move your track over a tenth of a second.
It's like that challenge where people are trying to line up the drum hit with Whitney Houston's that song. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Oh man, it's so entertaining to me.
Oh yeah. I Will Always Love You.
Yes, there is a ridiculous drum that comes in, a drum sting that people are trying to line up with. So they bring out like drums and things to hit on to see who can line up with it, and nobody gets it. It's just super random.
Yeah. It's great. It's
funny.
It's particularly timed that nobody can actually get it. It's beautiful. That voice you hear, folks, introduced herself earlier, but please welcome Pushing Up Roses.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for being here. You are, of course, an internet personality. Do you want to tell us about yourself?
Okay. Sure. I go by Pushing Up Roses on the internet. I have a YouTube channel where I do riff-style reviews on things like Murder, She Wrote, children's horror, things like Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark? I'm also an artist, which I will probably say at least 5 times. I don't think Matt actually knew that.
Yeah, did you just start doing this, or?
You know what? All my life. I'm just now coming to terms with it. And so this is my life. This is my first admission
to be an artist.
So that and now I'm doing ceramics about 95% of the time. I still do videos. I have a video coming out soon.
A ceramics video?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you think you're ever going to do a ceramics video?
It's so annoying, to be honest, to film yourself doing art. Because you end up with so much footage, like hours of footage of yourself doing art that you're going to cut down to like 2 seconds. And
it's like
I don't know. Yeah.
What? Whoa.
Matt, your piano playing is getting so much better. You're improving at a rapid rate.
I do like that as the new lore, that it's me playing the piano with this. When I get bored of whatever you're saying.
Well, I think, Pat, it just as it always interrupts us, it interrupted us here. But I think that means it's time for a Christmas Pat's Email Corner.
Christmas edition of Pat's Email Corner? No, I'll tell you, nobody, because they haven't heard this episode yet, has written in about Christmas. Oh, that's not true.
But
actually, let me say, we do have one holiday email that I would like to share with us. This is Mikey Two Mail's second email for episode 38. He says, "Hi, Pat. Tell Matt I wish you both happy holidays and hope everything is great for the holidays. The show is great, and I have nothing else really to say other than your powers have nothing whatsoever to do with Satan. Mikey Two Mails."
Mikey Two Mails, you do not know that.
Hail Satan.
It's very kind of him to think our powers have nothing to do with Satan.
But yeah, thank you, Mikey Two Mails. That means a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Pat. You're a master improviser.
Oh boy!
Oh, congratulations!
Short form only.
So as you read the next couple emails in Pat's Email Corner, I want you to Christmas them up. Like it's a Whose Line Is It Anyway game.
Oh, I hate that. I've got
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Wait, I'll give you a prompt. I'll give you a prompt. Things you can say about Christmas, but not your girlfriend. There you go. There's your improv prompt.
There's your prompt.
things you could say about Christmas, but not your girlfriend. It's all lit up.
Huh. I don't know if my girlfriend was under some bright lights or wearing a dress with lights on it or was on fire. I think I could say it.
You could say.
You could say it. I wouldn't say that about my wife.
But would you say it about your girlfriend?
Our next email comes from Pirate Gregor.
Gregor.
Yeah, he says, "Hey Pat, tell Matt that binging doesn't have an E." We know that, right?
You didn't know that.
No, we're asking about the word binging.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, he's saying binging.
Okay,
Christmas
he says
it up.
that binging
Christmas this up, please.
doesn't have an E, and then he says,
Jingle bells.
I can't. Well, now I have to stop and think.
No, you're the master improviser. You can just sneak it in.
Usually I write it beforehand.
You can just say snow. Oh, when you do an improv scene, you usually write it. And
I usually have a lot of ideas up top, and then
you
find
keep it
a
in
way
your
to work them in.
sleeve and slide it out.
Pirate Gregor also mentions that the word whiskey doesn't have an E, which I don't think that's correct
It's
either.
either or. You can spell it with an E or without an E. They're both correct.
That's what I thought.
I think it's American spelling versus European spelling. But if nobody wants to start that war with me, that's fine.
That snowball war.
He says, "Can confirm Scotland is still about 500 years behind the rest of the world, and I, for one, am sick of these werewolves
The rest of the joy to the world.
onto my castle grounds on the moors."
Yeah, I've been to Scotland. I didn't see any werewolves. But maybe you need the magic of being Scottish to see the werewolves.
Yeah, that could be it. They're more of a European phenomenon, right?
I mean, Warren Zevon famously said werewolves of London, so.
And London, famously a Scottish town.
Yeah.
He goes on, he says, "One other thing, I thought this was interesting. I'm not familiar with spalpeen, but spalpeen can be an Irish or Scottish term for a poor laborer or a cheeky rascal. Is it possible that..."
You could have said cheeky, like cheeky elf rascal there.
I'm not doing it. You're ruining my segment.
It's Christmas, Pat. It's Christmas.
All right. Weapon Jason writes in also about episode 38. He says, "Hey, Pat, tell Matt, a little surprised you don't remember Bob McLeod from episode 32, where he was one of the pencilers for issues number 151 and guest penciler for 152. You remember where Kitty Pryde is sent to the Massachusetts Academy and Storm body swaps with Emma Frost." He says, "Interestingly, the debuting in the graphic novel format for New Mutants put this out of my budget, so it wasn't until much later that I was able to read this one.
Oh,
Instead,
wow.
I dove in on the number one issue, and this became an immediate favorite. I wasn't reading all the fanzines, interviews, etc., so all I knew was this was another book about mutants written by Claremont that tied right into the events of the main book, but was about new and pretty cool characters."
They are pretty cool. And I bet you hadn't, Weapon Jason, met Karma yet. Like, I bet you hadn't read Fantastic Four annual or Marvel Team Up annual number 150. What was it?
Who knows? Maybe he did. It sounds like he had about $5 to spend every month on 50-cent comics. Okay. He goes on, "I do remember liking Danny. I mean, you have to remember that the First Peoples or Native American representation in comics was very sparse, and anything we got felt like progress. We're still like 6 years out from Pow Wow Highway and decades from things like Reservation Dogs to give a model of representation that isn't mired in the spiritual naturalist magic users tropes. Looking back, it's not great, but I think it was one of those baby steps from the representation in the Westerns of the earlier part of the 20th century."
Well, I think that's
interesting stuff.
Much like Santa Claremont Claus we say about him, where he's trying his best, right? He's trying his best for the era to be anti-Christmas racist, but he ends up just like, employing tropes that for those people at that time were probably already very tired, right?
Yeah.
Even
I
if
feel like there's a portmanteau of Chris Claremont and Chris Kringle, but it's not. It's just not
Chris Kringmont. Ugh.
Yeah.
That sucks. That ruined Christmas.
Clairgle. Chris Clairgle.
Chris Clairnog.
Okay, let's keep moving. We have a lot of emails today. We have email Michael says, "Hey Pat, tell Matt that the question of whether or not you spell it binging or binging, you're fine. Binging with an E is more popular these days, but in the early 80s, binging was also common."
Well, no, he's saying binging.
He's saying it's not regional. He's saying it's about
temporal.
It's temporal. So you're both right. Hooray, victory for friendship. And while my name isn't Hughes, I did study the nunchakus in my youth and would be happy to give either of you an intro lesson. However, Pat is 100% correct, thank you, that anyone who practices nunchakus will hurt themselves and probably very badly, so get a padded practice pair. They make those for that reason.
While my name isn't Hughes, do you have any idea what he's talking about?
I do, actually. We asked for anyone named Hughes that teaches nunchaku lessons to write in.
Why?
Unclear. Okay. He also says, my time learning nunchakus was totally separate from my time living in Japan, so don't go looking for connections. With powers that may or may not come from Satan, email Michael.
The mystery of email Michael is really growing from episode to episode.
One last email from Ambitious Eric.
Ambitious Eric.
Subject line, story so far. He says, throwing my hat in the ring. It's only
my
right
Christmas
as Ambitious Eric. It's my Santa hat.
My Santa hat. Damn it. Fuck.
My
shit.
Santa hat in the 5 golden rings.
Yeah.
This is fun. I should have been doing this the whole time. He says, it's only right as Ambitious Eric for me to do so. My memory is garbage, but I have been podcasting for over a decade and have good podcast presence and a decent mic. Ambitious Eric, I'm so sorry.
Ambitious Eric, you are not quite ambitious enough.
That's true. But we'll put your name in the hat, and the next time we draw it, along with everyone else that wrote in, you will be in it.
And Pat, this is not the first time you're hearing it, because you just heard this on the bonus episode.
Right. Yeah, we're not breaking the news to you now. We're just here to rub salt in the wound. Right,
but this thing that I'm about to say, you've already heard, Pat. And I've already brought this idea up, and you've already agreed to it. So, as we said in the bonus episode, if you are a person who has in the past written into Throw Your Hat in the Ring for a Story So Far episode, and a Story So Far episode came and went and you didn't get picked, from now forward you are allowed to write in a second time, and your hat will be thrown, or your name will be thrown in twice.
Ooh.
So yes. So increase your chances. Everybody
Very
who's
exciting.
And Ambitious Eric counts for that. So if you want your name in twice,
you know who doesn't get that privilege? Sinewave Sean or best friend Christy.
No. You know what? They fucking forfeited it by being on the show.
Oh, I'm a little sad I don't have my own nickname here. Why don't I have a nickname? You guys call me stuff behind my back?
You got to email in more than once.
All right. Ugh.
It takes like 3 or 4 measures for me to even recognize this is a Christmas song.
This is I want to give credit where credit's due. I stole that from YouTube user Parker Meek. It's Jingle Bells, but it made me fit. But it's so bad it made me fail music theory.
I like the middle where he just falls on top of the piano.
So,
nice.
Roses, you were saying something before Pat's email corner rudely interrupted you.
That's probably true. I was probably saying something.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Do you remember what it was? It was probably something about X-Men. It was probably something really smart about X-Men.
It's probably a really smart observation about the X-Men. But we were introducing you at the very least, and I think what we didn't say is you were also my co-host on the podcast Save Your Game.
Oh, that's true. Wow, you get to advertise both things on this podcast. This is
the first time my podcast co-hosts are meeting.
Oh.
This feels like we've known each other forever.
For Christmas.
Yeah. It's great. It's very easy to find the common thread of making fun of Matt.
It is.
Wait, hold on. Maybe this wasn't great.
Isn't Matt the worst?
The jingle worst. It's a type of meat. It's a German.
Yeah.
How are you going to ask your fucking question?
Yeah, Matt.
Yes.
Have you done anything X-Men related this week?
Have I done anything X-Men related this week? Well, you know, Pat, I did something that the X-Men do a lot.
What's that, Matt?
I just laid around and recovered. Like after a big battle, they got to lay around and they got to recover. And another thing the X-Men don't do, or do a lot, they don't decorate for Christmas. And I didn't decorate for Christmas.
True.
Wow.
When did they decorate for Christmas?
Not true. They decorated for Christmas like 2 episodes ago when they had that Christmas issue. They also decorated for Christmas in the issue 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
They didn't decorate for Christmas in that issue.
They were just Christmas.
No, they were just in Times Square, which was already decorated for Christmas.
They were not in Times Square. Remember, they threw a party for Banshee.
Oh, yeah.
And they decorated the whole place Christmas.
Well, listen, Pat. Did you do anything X-Men related this week?
I did. There's an X-Men podcast I listen to just about every week called Mutant Menace, and one of their hosts, Matt Ockham, has been drinking eggnog for every episode in December, and so I've decided to join that trend and drink a little Christmas eggnog.
Oh, geez. Wait, it sounded like there was ice in that eggnog.
Yeah, on the rocks.
You ice your eggnog?
Oh. Is there alcohol in it?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't really drink.
What?
You could make it. You could put it over ice. There's no rules about how to drink eggnog.
Yeah, there's one rule. Don't put it over ice.
Who said that?
That's not the one. I think the one rule is don't pour lemon juice in it. It'll curdle.
I mean, would you ever drink when you were a kid and you drank like big glasses of milk? Would you ever drink a glass of milk with ice in it?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Almost exclusively.
This is unhinged, both of you.
It's 2-1, Matt.
I like my drinks really cold. I like iced coffee. I like iced milk. Ice just makes it better. At least he's not microwaving it.
The words iced milk don't feel bad to you to say?
No, I just said it. Iced milk.
And that doesn't feel...
No, I said it in the current video I'm editing. I actually refer to iced milk.
Huh?
Wow.
It's what they serve as a treat in Game of Thrones.
What? Really?
Ice milk.
I don't know if I follow. I don't know that I follow this joke.
It's a true thing. They serve ice milk. It's like their version of ice cream. I can't believe you don't know this.
And in the South, they have something called creamed snow or snow cream.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, where you just pour milk over the snow, over ice. It's iced milk.
Yeah, it's like a weird form of ice cream.
Yeah. So there you go.
There's a guy by me that makes old world ice treats.
Also, isn't ice cream just iced milk? Why is iced milk weird to you?
No, ice cream is iced.
Start him on making ice cream.
Ice cream is iced custard.
What's
it's iced cream. It's literal iced cream and custard. It's more ice cream is more egg than.
Yeah, you're getting really flustered. It's like you're wrong or something.
You think I'm wrong about making ice cream?
Flustered custard over here.
You guys are never going on a podcast with together again.
Hey, Pat, you want to ditch this guy and just start our own podcast?
Start our own.
Pat,
we'll do exclusively X-Men video games.
Do your fucking host duties and ask Pushing Up Roses if she did anything X-Men related this week.
Well, I wasn't finished mine. I just want to say I'm enjoying my eggnog.
Okay.
Roses, did you do anything X-Men related this week?
I did. I recorded a podcast with an X-Men related podcast host. I think it counts.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because you recorded Save Your Game.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if it's for this podcast, it doesn't count, but that does count.
I think it counts. And also, I read X-Men comics, which is weird for me. Yes, I did it for this podcast, but that's weird for me.
That doesn't count.
Okay, fine. But I did look up images of Wolverine's butt.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's very juicy.
Let me look this up real quick. Let me see. Let me take
Wolverine's
a look
butt?
here. Wolverine's butt.
Yeah, do it. It's super juicy.
Google images. Oh my god.
It's juicy.
The fourth image is him in him bottomless with that kind of like thong where it goes around your butt crack. You know what I mean?
The type of oh yeah.
Like it's got the two straps on either side of the butt crack.
But that leave your butt open.
Yeah, leave your butt open for access.
Is this from a comic?
It's from the comic we read for the... Well, I don't know if that's the one that Matt's looking at, but the one that I noticed was in this comic.
In the comic we just read, there is not Wolverine wearing a thong that's specifically designed for anal sex. That does not happen in the comic book that we are about to read.
I also the obvious thing I did that's very X-Men related was I sculpted a skunk, which has a skunk stripe, which just like Rogue has famously has a skunk stripe in her hair. So skunks equal X-Men.
That's pretty X-Men related. And you sculpted a skunk out of marble.
Do you know anybody in this century that sculpts out of marble? I'm just curious. Now out of clay.
Somebody does. Out of clay.
Out of clay, you fool. I'm a ceramist.
Well, that sounds like pretty X-Men related stuff there. But Pat.
Yeah.
Speaking of X-Men related, I want to know what the fuck we're talking about today.
Ooh.
Let's go, bub.
That's right. Matt, today we are talking about one of the earliest miniseries from Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
Wolverine. Claremont and Frank Miller.
I love Wolverine. Tell me about Frank Miller.
Frank Miller, Matt, is an artist and a writer. He is a double threat for Marvel Comics. He made his name on Daredevil and really sort of left his mark there. He's gone on to do a lot of other famous things. He's done a lot of very creative things with Batman, like Year One or Dark Knight Returns. He has this incredible run. He's done a lot of his own line of
Sin City, and he did
comics,
300,
300, Ronin.
He was part of this comic books as art, comic books as literature, the mainstream version of that movement in the 70s and 80s, and he created the character of Elektra.
Yes,
if you don't, for people who don't know who he is, yes.
he was also a huge name in the graphic novel market when Marvel got into him. So he's done graphic novels for Elektra, for Daredevil. He's also, if you like his art, do not Google his politics because they are...
We do not talk about his politics.
I was just going to say...
After 9/11.
Yeah.
Between 2001 and 2022 or something, the man had famously horrible politics.
Yeah. He has walked that stuff back, but also the work that he did in that state still exists. So
yeah.
Don't Google him.
Well, so this series actually came about when Chris Claremont and Frank Miller, they were driving back from San Diego Comic-Con, and they apparently they didn't really know each other, and so they were just kind of like chatting about stuff, and Chris Claremont wanted to do a story with Frank Miller, and he brought up the idea of doing Wolverine, and Frank Miller was like, absolutely not.
Really?
But like he thought of Wolverine as just, and I think this is interesting because I think this series is about how Wolverine debuts versus how we come to know Wolverine. But
yeah,
he was like, I'm not interested in just like this one note angry killer guy, like this badass psycho killer.
Yeah, he's a menace.
But then Chris Claremont was talking about how this whole idea of like Wolverine as a failed samurai and his connection to Japanese culture and the sense of honor that Wolverine holds, and they both together on the car ride started fleshing out the character and backstory. Not backstory so much as like some depth to Wolverine's character, and by the end of the car ride, they were like, "Yep, we're fucking doing this thing." And so they made. I think this is in fact, I know this is the second limited series that Marvel ever did.
Oh,
the first one was Contest of Champions.
Oh, of course.
Which I don't think we're going to cover here because it's the X-Men are in it, but also it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
And they're barely in it.
We're doing Secret Wars. What more do you want from us?
Exactly. If we're gonna have to suffer through Secret Wars, we're not also gonna read Contest of Champions. So,
with all that said,
let's just do some overall flyby thoughts, because this is a short little series, and we have Pushing Up Roses here. Just sort of your overall impressions, Roses. How did you feel about this series?
It's interesting. It's very interesting. I was telling Pat earlier that one of the first styles of art I ever wanted to learn was comic book illustration. I took classes in it. And Frank Miller's art is quite famous for his style and his block shading. So it was actually kind of exciting and nice to read this series because I appreciated it on such an artistic level. I liked how the panels flowed, and I liked the block shading and the cross hatching. But overall, and I know this is probably a very common thing that you hear about comics, I did find this story very corny, particularly the end. I don't know much about Wolverine, so I didn't know that he had ties to the samurai. I didn't know that he had a love interest. That I don't know. I don't know anything about Wolverine except that he is played by Hugh Jackman. That is my knowledge of Wolverine. So it's interesting to...
He's played by a huge jacked man?
Just funny because actually Hugh Jackman is a short king. But
is he really? They make him look so tall in the movies.
Wolverine is a short king.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah. they're like, we have a short actor playing a short character. Better make him look really tall.
But yeah, it was exciting to read through this, and I do regard comics as art in literature, and it comes across that way. But overall, I found I could not stop thinking about, this is going to be blasphemous, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze, like the foot. I couldn't stop thinking about the foot whenever the hand showed up in this.
So,
yeah. And then it just got so corny in my poor brain.
It's worth... So the creators of the Ninja Turtles, Eastman and Laird, were heavily inspired by Daredevil and include like a little Daredevil shout out in the incident that puts the ooze down into the sewers.
Okay.
It's the truck that is trying to run over, or not trying to run over, that almost runs over a young Mac Murdock. It's essentially the same ooze that blinds him and gives him his powers. Also, turns the turtles into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and as a direct take on the hand, which was, I believe, invented for Daredevil.
I think so.
They included the foot, so it's actually interestingly enough, a direct parody of the hand.
Interesting. It's interesting that came across then, like, as somebody who doesn't read X-Men comics, it still came across. I'm a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, so I connected that.
Well, so the hand, they were in just a handful of Daredevil issues during Frank Miller's run. So, like, Frank Miller created the hand. It is kind of funny, though, that he's like, if I'm doing Wolverine, I'm putting those guys that I invented, the hand in.
It's very Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
And the art, the story is fine. Like, it's definitely a very tropey, like, guy is kind of hitting rock bottom, and his love interest doesn't, I mean, she does reciprocate, but he can't have her. So he finds somebody else, and she's not really good for him either. And it's kind of this whirlwind. It's just very fast paced, little series of books. And the art is wild. And I'm sure, like, beyond talking about the story, we'll talk about the art. Just seeing it from an artist perspective is wild to me. Some of this art is crazy looking, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I think the things you're talking about, the idea of like the tropes that are employed here, I think they're done on purpose, right? I think they are doing a samurai western because Wolverine has is such a simple guy on the surface with such depth underneath that it feels like they intentionally chose this genre, a genre that has a lot of simplicity up top with a lot of depth underneath.
They also go a little noir, and I don't know if this is Wolverine's character throughout his duration in comics, but he talks like a hard-boiled detective. He's like, I'm Wolverine. I'm the best at what I do. He's like, monologuing at nothing.
Oh yeah,
talking very hard-boiled. I thought that was interesting.
Yes, that is absolutely how he talks. And at least how he narrates his own life. And but I mean, even those two love interests you talk about, those are, the femme fatale and the like the Madonna, right?
Yeah.
These are two tropey female characters that are symbolic of, and we'll talk about this as we get into it, but are like highly symbolic of two sides of Wolverine that are constantly at war with one another. Pat, do you have any thoughts before we start just jumping in?
A couple of things that, like Rosa said, I'm sure we will get to as we go on. But Frank Miller, brilliant artist. The way that he draws people's faces just bugs me. Like, I think they all look really ugly. And again, it is great. I think that he does a great job at drawing faces. He conveys the emotion that you need. He's got, they're very distinct, but at the same time, every face he draws, I say, yeah.
And I think it's okay to have maybe not conventionally attractive looking characters. I think it's okay that their faces maybe look a little grittier or more masculine. Even the female, just for the sake of art and for the sake of description, even the female faces are a bit blocky. They're masculine. But it still needs to be believable in this universe, even if you're drawing that way. So yeah, there's a few portraits where I'm like, oh, her eyes are way too far apart. What is happening?
That is the other thing that bugs me about Frank Miller. I think particularly through the 80s. He knows he's hailed as a genius at both Marvel and DC, that he can basically take the work that he wants. And he lets himself get a little lazy about it. There's a lot of cut corners as he goes along. And I think that plays a big part in, like, you can see which panels he spent hours just perfecting and which panels he put together in 5 minutes and told the anchor to fix.
So fucking funny when you can see that he runs across things where he's just like, I don't feel like drawing Tokyo, and he just and he just moves on. He does that with like the interior of rooms. Characters change costumes suddenly because it's either he doesn't care enough to like go back and reference what he had drawn before, or he just doesn't care. And he's just like, whatever.
He'll draw characters missing facial features completely. Right in the beginning of the first issue, Wolverine doesn't have a lip. Don't worry, he gets it back. He gets back his top lip eventually. And even the cover art on the first thing, his fingers are all wrong. Try to put your hand in the position that his hand is in. You cannot do it. It's like he has 5 fingers and his thumb is a finger. And I'll concede hands are very difficult to draw, and a lot of other comic book artists will usually just hide them somewhere behind your back or something. But come on, man.
We'll do that. You're absolutely, there's a lot of inexplicable hands.
Yeah.
If you ever read Dark Knight Strikes Again, he is at his peak of laziness there, of just like fully incomplete pictures. I know we've talked about, I think, Bill Sienkiewicz in the same light, but in a way where like he seems like he's pushing the abstract. He's trying to expand boundaries, where with Frank Miller, it's clearly just, I don't feel like it.
I honestly think both are true. I think there is some element of Frank Miller wanting to capture a moment, or capture like the feeling, the cartoony feeling of superhero action, right? And then like reality doesn't matter in this moment. What matters is seeing movement, or is seeing something like this person's going to be larger than makes sense in this moment, because I want them to feel large. And so there are things like that in his art that I think are intentionally done that way.
Very really beautifully too.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost weird looking, right? It's almost kind of off looking, and I'm kind of a proponent of, quote, ugly art and art that kind of looks like that. It's just interesting when we're looking at humanoid figures, right? And there's something just a little bit off about them. Yeah. And then it's set to this very dramatic story that I think is trying to be grounded. I mean, obviously it's not grounded because Wolverine can heal himself in like 2 seconds. So that's not grounded. But they're clearly trying to go for like a dramatic storytelling, and it's just set against this very strange art. And I think that's where maybe people have criticism.
I don't know. I think that makes this story even more interesting, though. Yeah. Again, because it's that tropiness of it's the samurai western, and it is big and ridiculous and flamboyant, and it really, expresses the character of Wolverine in an interesting way.
Yeah.
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 I was honestly a little devastated when you said the story was corny until I realized, like, right, without the background, without the journey we've gone on with Wolverine, this is probably nothing special. Like, even the reveal of his Japanese background, we only ever got hints to the fact that it seems like he's spent some time in Japan. That's basically the extent that we knew up to this point.
Yeah, and I know fully well that, because I'm an artist myself, I like several comics, and I know that saying corny is not a good thing. I know that is an overused word to describe comics, and comic book fans don't like that. But what I'm reading is just like this small little vignette of Wolverine's life in this kind of hard-boiled way. So for me, it does read a little corny. I don't dislike it for that either. It's the dramatic way it's told. It's the, dynamic scenes it has. It veers into, especially the romance parts, man. When men write romance, I don't know. They don't fucking know what they're doing.
It's pretty weird.
It's weird.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
It'll be puzzling for pretty much ever what Mariko sees in Wolverine.
Yes, correct.
It's been puzzling so far. It'll continue to be puzzling.
I just wonder at some point, do you guys consider it a little bit of a male fantasy? A male power fantasy where he can get this femme fatale and get this woman who almost doesn't go for him, but in the end she does anyway. Like it's very much written like that for me.
I think it is, but I also think that his introduction of Mariko was, and I also think this is problematic, but I think his introduction of Mariko in X-Men, like, this is not Mariko's first appearance. She appeared in an issue of X-Men, and she was, I think, fully introduced so that Chris Claremont could tell people Wolverine has another side to him.
Okay.
And Mariko is the expression of that side.
Well, let's get
into it. We just paused to have a discussion about the listeners. You might hear some saxophone in the background of Pat's audio track.
That's right. It's a Christmas miracle.
Is this something that happens normally in your neighborhood, Pat?
No, this is brand new.
Just for the holidays.
Aw,
it's
sweet.
also, I'm glad you guys hear it because my wife cannot, and that was worrying me for a little while.
I thought you were the only one hearing it.
Wow. Oh, I wonder if listeners can hear it. Like, I wonder if it's coming through. It must be because I can hear it in my headphones.
mutantmenacepod@gmail.com. Let us know if you hear a saxophone in the background of my audio.
I wouldn't have been able to pick it up as a saxophone. It sounded almost like somebody in the far distance whining really loud.
That was me. Sorry.
Just having a tough day.
Yeah, it's tough over here.
All right. So let's get into Wolverine. What do you guys think?
Yes, let's do it.
Yes.
We're going to say the credits up top because basically this whole thing is it has the same credits all the way through. So it's written by Chris Claremont, penciled by Frank Miller, finished or inked by Joseph Rubinstein and eventually Lynn Varley, lettered by Tom Orzechowski, colored by Glynis Wein and eventually Lynn Varley, edited by Louise Jones, and supervised by Dumb Stupid.
Let's get into Wolverine #1. I'm Wolverine.
I'm Wolverine.
Release date June 1st, 1982. Cover date September 1982. We open with Wolverine out of costume, dangling from the edge of a cliff.
I gotta interrupt you already, though.
Yeah.
This is the sort of thing that I mean about, like, how did he get there? Right? Like, how does he get there? In the way that this cliff juts out, you could not climb up to that. So this is already Frank Miller he doesn't care about the logic of it, right? He just thought it would look really cool to have Wolverine dangling from the very edge of a cliff that juts out into the air.
I mean, have you played Breath of the Wild though? If Link can climb like vertical
and upside down.
Yeah, I think Wolverine can because he's super
Anything
strong.
Link can do, Wolverine
and
can
Link did it in rain. So I think this is perfectly believable.
There's no way in Breath of the Wild you could climb this cliff in the rain.
Challenge also, accepted.
Famously, he couldn't do it in the rain.
Quiet. My argument.
This opening splash page, this is a little dirty, but it very much looks like Wolverine is peeking up from between two knees. Just with the rock formations that are in front of him. Oh, maybe that.
He just
photo.
Wow.
He's really into it too. Like his teeth are gritted and he's like he's got a flirty smile on and he's like,
and why is he flirting with me?
I'm Wolverine.
He's hunting for some animal who's been killing humans in the Canadian wilderness. Realizing the creature senses him, he approaches its cave carefully, waiting for it to come to him. And come to him it does.
Whoa.
A giant grizzly bear roars its way out of the cave. The fight is over quickly, though, as Logan extends his adamantium claws, cuts the bear's arm off, slashes it across its chest, and leaps onto its head to deal a killing blow. When the fight is over, he notices an arrow sticking out of the grizzly's back, coated with an illegal poison.
Fuck.
Apparently, some hunter gave up after sticking the bear, and the poison drove it insane.
It describes it as a rogue grizzly bear, which made me laugh, to be quite honest with you, because all I can think about is like this erratic bear just hobbling around like on drugs. That's all I can think about.
The bear's gone rogue.
Yeah, I want to meet the bears that fall in line, the cookie cutter bears, the obedient
bears. We're all
bears.
the good bears, you know?
All it takes is one bad bear to spoil the whole bunch. What do you guys think about this bear?
I think that Frank Miller can't draw animals.
No.
That's what I think.
So I forgot what the animal was when I started reading this. And I was like, is he do they open this up with Wolverine fighting a Wolverine?
Yeah, you're right. It does look like that, except like on steroids. This is the most buff animal I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, this thing is to me, it looks like he's drawing a very large man wearing a bear suit. Like these are just human proportioned muscles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
on a bear.
Oh, that makes it not scary.
57 miles from the bear's den is Josie's Bar and Grill in Hell's Kitchen, New York.
What?
I'm just kidding. It's Cold Spur, Alberta.
Logan I went and I was like, did I write? Cold Spur is a real place, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
It's a real town in Alberta. It's it was built along a railroad in 1911 and served as a transport hub between the east and west lines of the Grand Trunk Pacific Railway.
Did you go to their historical foundation website?
It had a coal mine, an oil well, and a bunch of railroad industry stuff. All of it closed by the 50s. The post office closed in 1963, but in 2001, there were still a few dozen residents. There's nothing there, and people were still living there. Kind of like what's that town in Pennsylvania where it's burning underground?
Ugh.
Centralia, where everything has moved out because it's like it's dangerous to be anywhere near there, and some people just won't move out and have been there for generations.
Wow.
Logan walks in to Josie's Bar, following a trail from the arrow straight to a large man drinking at the bar, and confronts him. The man cracks a beer mug across Logan's face, knocking him to the ground, and we cut away with the line, "The bear lasted longer, but I let the man live."
Yeah.
In a whirlwind, mostly off-panel sequence, we get a huge expositional dump. Wolverine handed the man to the Canadian authorities, went back to New York to his home at the X-Men's mansion, and found a bunch of letters he'd sent to his sweetheart Mariko Yoshida at the Japanese embassy over the past few weeks. Mariko is the daughter of a noble, rich family in Japan and was apparently called back to Japan a few weeks ago. When Logan called her, they hung up on him, so he took a commercial flight to Tokyo to find her.
Man.
Problematic.
Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine if you're like, tell him I'm not, you have like this like ex-boyfriend, or like somebody that you're like trying to ghost, and tell him I'm not home. And then they fly across the world.
Instead, though, he was stopped at immigration by an old friend and a G-man, Asano Kimura, who is worried that Logan being in Japan is making powerful people nervous. Logan tries the Yoshida residence again, but once again gets hung up on. Asano says that Mariko's culture and class are both foreign to Logan, and besides, even if something's wrong, he could do nothing about it. Then he drops the bomb. Mariko is married. Her father, once believed to be deceased, has returned and taken his place at the head of Clan Yoshida and married her to someone to whom he owed a debt. Logan punches a lamp in anger.
And it shatters into like a bajillion pieces.
In a hotel room. That's not his lamp.
Yeah, he's got to pay to replace that lamp.
He did this to Moira's table, too.
Oh, yeah. When we first meet him, he's just carving her table up with his claws. It's like, dude, stop it. I want to note a few things here. First, there's a photo he has of Mariko.
Yeah, they need to fire that photographer. That photo is horrible.
Yeah, that is sort of... It almost feels like this is the first time Frank Miller's trying to draw a really good human face.
He was trying for some realism there, which I appreciate the change in style, right? I appreciate that it's kind of like trying to show this photograph. Unfortunately, nobody's eyes are that far apart. When drawing people, your eyes should be one eye apart. You can actually like measure your eye, measure what's between it. It should be one eye. That's not one eye.
No. Hang on a second.
Do it, yeah.
I gotta measure my eyes.
Yep.
Are my eyes too close together?
Don't
making everyone insecure.
So we also meet Mariko later, and she doesn't look like that.
She does not look like that. Just like who, what?
Another thing to note here is that Wolverine says that she can trace her lineage back almost 2,000 years. And he says, I know my father. That's as far as it goes.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
He must be talking about Charles Xavier, his father figure.
So I would bet any sum of money that this is Claremont referring to Sabretooth.
Who?
This is a Marvel character that was actually, Pat, you wouldn't know him, and there's no reason you should. He's a Marvel character that was introduced in Iron Fist a few years ago by Chris Claremont, who has a lot of similarities to Wolverine. And we'll talk about it again later.
Okay.
But I would bet anything that's who he's referring to, a plot line that he devised that never paid off. Because too many fans saw it coming. So he was like, all right, can't do that anymore.
Well, Logan, I can't stress this enough, punches a lamp in anger and vows to see her and figure this out. Asano tries to convince him not to go. Mariko is doing this out of duty. Seeing Logan will only make it harder for her, but the mutant, now in full orange and brown Wolverine garb, won't listen. Even if Asano and his department need to hunt him down, Wolverine is going to get answers. He brought his costume.
That's adorable, Wolverine.
just so he didn't get too homesick.
He's just like unpacking his stuff, and he's like unpacking his like all his fur-lined vests and his big like leather coats, and then he unpacks his pajamas, which have a night crawler on them, I'm guessing. And then he unpacks his cute little uniform. This doesn't actually happen in the comic. That's just how I imagine.
At midnight, Wolverine arrives at the Yoshida stronghold. He's greeted by a couple...
He's greeted by a couple. Hey, welcome to our stronghold.
He's greeted by a couple brand new attack dogs, but after a brief growling contest, they back down. This is, I think, aside from him climbing the cliff, the start of this like batshit idea of masculinity where Wolverine is just staring a dog in the eyes.
Except like on the same page, that is the juiciest butt I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. Yeah. Clearly Frank Miller's ideal man also has a nice,
like a very muscular butt.
Frank Miller's ideal man punches a lamp.
Has growling contests with animals.
Has a juicy butt. And packs his uniform when he goes on vacation.
What a sweet summer child.
He climbs the wall and makes his way into the house. He finds Mariko in the estate's Zen garden beneath a giant Buddha statue. She tells him to leave. He's too late. She's married and nothing will change that. He continues to demand answers until she turns and he sees her face covered in bruises with a swollen black eye. Who did this, he demands. She won't say, so he then demands she leave with him. In response...
It's very Travis Bickle, right? It's very...
Yeah.
Like, he's right to be concerned, obviously, right? And it sucks that she is going through this, and any of us, upon seeing that image, want the person who did it to get their ass kicked, right?
Right.
But, and the same thing happens in Taxi Driver, right? Like, you want the people who abuse those girls in that movie to be, beaten up and the girls to be saved from him. But it's this idea of masculinity that is like, no matter what you say, you need me to save you.
Oh, and it's like, it's very nailed down though, because of the culture that he's trying to write, saying that it is duty based, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not just even the damsel needs you. It's like, no, she really does, because she's kind of stuck by duty and she just can't. She has no options, right?
Right.
Yeah. In her mind, she's leaving this situation would be worse than the abuse she's taking. In response, she shows him two ancestral family swords crafted 800 years prior by the legendary Masamune. Am I saying that right?
I always say Masamune, but it might be Masamune. I mean, he was a legendary swordsmith from like the 13th century in Japan. Supposedly he was a real guy.
Oh, okay.
It's referenced in Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Of course, in Chrono Trigger.
And since it's not voiced, I was just be like, the Masamune.
Yeah, there's, in a lot of RPGs, you find a sword called Masamune.
Yeah, you do.
And like, I think in Final Fantasy, Masamune. I think there's Masamune.
Yeah, because that's also Square.
Australian accent. Masamune.
Yeah.
They signify the duty and honor that the Yoshida family has upheld during all that time. And as part of that duty, Mariko must honor the commitments her father has made. If Logan cannot understand this, he doesn't understand her. At that moment, a man, Mariko's new husband, walks into the room.
By the
way, it's a room now, not a garden.
Yeah, it suddenly turns into a room.
Oh, it does.
Like Miller's just like, I don't want him to be outside anymore.
He reprimands her for being out of their apartment and suggests he's going to hit her again. But Wolverine extends his claws and lifts the man into the air, vowing to kill him. but Mariko grabs his wrist and begs him to let it go. Regretful and confused, Logan walks away, only to be thunked in the arm by several shuriken. He wakes up sometime later in the presence of Lord Shinjin, Lord of Clan Yoshida. He's flanked by Mariko on one side and her husband on the other, with 2 sumo standing guard. Shinjin tells Logan that he does not deserve Mariko and that his tone is disrespectful. As such, he challenges Logan to a duel with bokan, wooden practice swords. When Logan questions it, Shinjin tells him that he's not worth the real thing. They begin facing off, Wolverine rusty with the sword and slowed by the poison in his system. Shinjin begins cheating, kicking Logan in the stomach and striking at nerve clusters in his neck and head, meant to cripple or kill him. But as Wolverine is Wolverine, they just make him mad. He pops his claws and tosses his sword aside. Wolverine knows he's fighting for his life, but to any casual observer, it would look like he was so embarrassed by losing a friendly duel that he dishonored himself and tried to kill his opponent. Even with his claws, Shinjin outmaneuvers him. He hits Logan in the spine, the neck, and several other pressure points, finally knocking him unconscious. As he passes out, he hears Shinjin gloat to Mariko. The man she loves just showed his true nature. He's an animal, unworthy of her love, without honor.
It's a fucking great sequence.
Yeah. It is. The action there is really incredible.
Chris Claremont, for once, like, shuts up and lets it happen. And man, yeah, it's really good. And you feel that tension. Like, Wolverine's, he's poisoned. He's getting hit in these pressure points. He's like, I'm getting killed. And nobody in the room with me knows it. It's like such a wild. Yeah.
It's very good. Logan wakes up on the streets of Tokyo, back in street clothes.
Yeah. guess Lord Shinjin undressed him out of his uniform, found his clothes, put them on him,
and then tucked the uniform in the jacket or the pocket of his jacket.
Well, which we'll find out. Yeah.
Yeah. He's miserable, weak, and ashamed, thinking he'd rather be dead. Some street toughs happen across him, thinking him drunk and angry that he's gaijin, so they raise their weapons to attack him. Suddenly, they fall to the ground with knives in their backs. A woman lifts him off the ground by the face with one hand and tells him his luck's about to change. You're mine, Wolverine, now and forever.
That's obsessive and weird.
Wolverine must weigh, like, so much.
Yeah. It's got to be like 400 or 500 pounds, right? Even if that's a lightweight metal.
And she lifts him up by his, like, cheeks. She squeezes his cheeks and lifts him up. And not his juicy butt cheeks, his face cheeks.
It's about leverage.
She'll do that later. It's okay.
To be continued. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good start. The action sequences, like you guys said, are very, very dynamic. Just kind of the best thing about comic book art, I think, is dynamic posing and storytelling through visual. Yeah, I liked where it went.
And another thing that I think Frank Miller is really good at is conveying emotion through body language and through the face in battle. Like during a fight, you can see, and I think, Matt, you said it, like you can really feel him losing this fight. You're right there along with him because of the way he's just so hopeless.
Yeah.
He like Frank Miller thinks through the physics of the moment, right? Not just the movement, which is fluid and natural and really cool looking. There's also there's a scene where Shingen shoves the bokan in Wolverine's stomach and it sort of, Wolverine kind of doubles over it. And then in between panels, I guess, falls backwards and Shingen steps forward with his other leg and slides it up to Wolverine's throat and kind of pushes it in. Right. So you can see the leverage happening there.
Yeah. This is what he saved all that accuracy for.
I do think so. again, I think there's something to be said about this. Like, Frank Miller draws what he wants to and what he thinks is cool rather than what is accurate or the details that he decides don't matter. Which, is a very weird, nebulous decision. Like, why does that not matter, Frank? And it's really sort of groundbreaking at this time. But it will keep getting expanded and worse and worse and worse through the 80s and especially the 90s. Not with just with Frank Miller's art. Like, I think Frank Miller's art gets better over that time. But with other artists like Rob Liefeld or, any of his ilk, the Marvel Young Guns of the 90s.
Well, I think it's interesting, though, because Frank Miller and a lot of comic book artists want this to be regarded as art. And as such, you're not always accurately drawing things. You're drawing the idea of things, the idea of emotion, the idea of things. It's a little abstract, right? Even though this is not abstract art. So I kind of like the inconsistencies of it. It's weird, but we're in kind of a weird universe anyway,
Right.
So now we have Wolverine #2, Debts and Obligations, released on June 29th, 1982. Cover date October 1982. Logan is being slapped awake out of a deep sleep on a bare mattress in an empty apartment. He's hurt and slow. He can't remember where he is or why, nor the woman who just woke him up and is standing behind him. What he does know, however, is that in front of him are a pack of sword and bow and arrow wielding ninjas. In a brilliant 2-page spread, he tackles the few men in front of him out of a window, only to face an army more of ninjas on the rooftops outside.
Also, he's back in his costume. I guess what? Lord Shinjin undressed him from his costume, put him in street clothes, put him out on the street. Then Yukio undressed him from his street clothes, put him back in his costume.
In the next panel, the woman clings to Wolverine in the shattered window as dozens of arrows fired by professional ninja assassins fail to hit either of them. That's just a very comedic thing to hear. It's like somebody shooting bullets and you're just not hitting anybody.
Yeah, these are professional ninja assassins, and all of them are firing above their heads.
I am sorry to bring up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again, but it does remind me of the Foot and how there's so many members in the Foot, and there's only 4, turtles, and they're just they're just pushing them off like nothing at all.
Yeah.
You picture a dozen men on the roof across the street going, damn.
Patting each other on the back like it's okay, Frank. I missed too.
The woman identifies herself as Yukio and the assassins as the Hand, telling Logan by name that he owes her his life.
How does she know his name?
I would love to know that. How does she know who? Maybe she has intel on him.
Yeah,
maybe.
I guess, but why doesn't he say, out. How do you know my name?
Why isn't he weirded out?
Yeah.
He responds that he intends to return the favor and leap from the building to the rooftops. Yukio lands in a tactical role while Wolverine just barrels forward, throwing kicks and haymakers at the ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
In the fight,
no claws out yet. Not even his claws out. He's just beating the fuck out of these guys.
Well, doesn't it hurt to bring out his claws? So why do it if you don't have to, right?
Oh, he doesn't care about pain.
Oh, he doesn't care about pain.
And also, they've never addressed that in the series so far.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm just going off of very random Wolverine trivia here. In the fight, he notes that Yukio doesn't cry out when she's sliced by an assassin's sword, and he takes this as a cue to pop his claws. Oh, okay. Within seconds, the fight is over, and Wolverine is the last one standing. As the police pull up behind an awestruck Yukio, he grabs her and takes off running. That night, they're back in Logan's hotel room, while Yukio attempts to dress his wounds. As fast as she can try to bandage them, they heal. Yukio muses.
Lamps back together.
Wait, the lamp's back?
Yeah.
No, but we get back together.
Do you think like like the hotel service is like, oh, we got to replace another lamp?
Well, they just know by now. Like Wolverine comes to Japan all the time, so at this point they know they have a room full of lamps.
Stock, yeah.
And it's called like the Logan closet.
Yukio muses over his adamantium skeleton and claws and wishes she had some herself to protect her from the Hand and their boss, a crime lord who wants to rule both the underworld and political world of Japan. Wolverine assures her that he will protect her, but she lashes out, almost sticking him with a small knife that suddenly appears in her hand. She transitioned this act of violence into an act of seduction, as you do, as one does. That's a very womanly thing to do, very relatable. Climbing on a shirtless Logan, but he pulls back, thinking of Mariko. As he walks off, Yukio rages. Does he not realize they are kindred spirits? He closes the door behind him to get some sleep, and she thinks to herself how Mariko is not worthy of Logan, and she will have him instead. Such a weird, like, catty thing to put in here. I assume that's on purpose. I assume she's written to be a little bit catty, as she is a femme fatale type character, but still, just like, oh man, she's going pick me.
We see this like trope in, and we've called it out in a lot of the comics we've read so far, is writers who aren't clever enough to think of character motivations for women besides jealousy.
Yeah.
But I think in this instance I'm willing to forgive it simply because it's a very core part of the story.
Sure.
And it's a core part of the metaphor of the story. Yeah.
In the Meguro district of Tokyo, Maruko and her new husband, Noboru Hideki, are becoming impatient to see Lord Shinjin. Is it Shinjin?
Yes.
That sounds right.
I think it's Shinjin. I might have said it Shingen.
Okay.
Did I say Shingen earlier?
Yeah.
Shinjin.
This is Shinjin. When a woman in a purple trench coat and hat waltzes in, demands to see Shinjin, and forces her way past his assistant. The woman turns out to be Yukio, who Shinjin called Wild One, and sicks a hand assassin on. Yukio gets the upper hand on the assassin, but stops just short of killing him, earning herself a lecture from Shinjin. But she's unfazed.
Sorry, the assassin slices her hat. Slices her hat clean in half. She walks in looking all Carmen Sandiego in her like a purple Carmen Sandiego, and the assassin's like, I hate Carmen Sandiego, and slices her hat.
She's like, bummer, I just bought that hat. She's here demanding answers from him. She works for him, and she was supposed to earn Wolverine's trust and sympathy with a fake attack from the Hand, but she's angry that they were actually trying to kill her. Shinjin grabs her by the hand and then the throat, explaining that Wolverine would have recognized a fake attack for what it was, and plus, he needed to test her because her next target is a nearly impossible one. The plan to kill a man named Katsuyori is that Shinjin will hold a, quote, peace conference with him and send Mariko and Noboru to lull him into a sense of security. However, during the meeting, Yukio will attack. If she harms Mariko, she's dead, and when she's done, she's to kill Wolverine. The next day, Wolverine notices that Yukio is on edge, and she tells him that she met with the crime lord that's after her, a man named Katsuyori. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna say that probably different every single time.
Should we pause just for a second? Because I think you stumbling over it is making me realize like there's a lot of names that we get to see visually a bunch that when hearing out loud, listeners might be a little confused. So Mariko Yoshida is Wolverine's love interest, the woman who is getting who has just recently been married by her father, Lord Shinjin, to Noboru Hideki, and Yukio is the wild assassin lady who saved Wolverine and hates Mariko, and then Katsuyori is the crime lord who Yukio is being sent to assassinate.
And Yukio is also secretly supposed to kill Wolverine.
Right.
Yes.
But she's somehow obsessively in love with him instead.
It's that juicy butt.
The next day, Wolverine notices that Yukio is on edge, and she tells him that she met with the crime lord that's after her, a man named Katsuyori, and tried to broker for peace, but he refused.
She's lying.
She's a liar!
What? Her? No. Now Wolverine and Yukio are swimming through his moat. Is that what they're doing? Thank you for explaining that to me, because I had no clue what was going on in that panel. There's a panel that it looks like they're both swimming and falling at this. I'm just going to say nobody swims in that position, okay? It's not a swimming position.
Wolverine is like running on the ground of the water.
Underwater.
You know.
I'm so glad that this was explained to me. All right. So they're swimming through his moat and climbing the walls of his estate so Wolverine can try to scare the guy into leaving her alone. She notices that as they encounter guards around the castle, Logan isn't killing them, and he notes how bloodthirsty she is. They find Katsuyori, to Logan's surprise, meeting with Mariko and Noburo, and they're about to sit down and watch a private Kabuki play. The play is called the Shishingura. Sorry, I tried. The 47 Ronin, and it's about a group of samurai who avenge their master's death on a suicide mission, putting honor above their own lives.
Logan says, "This is one of the finest Kabuki troops I've ever seen."
That's nice of him. That's nice.
Didn't see that coming.
But when the lead actor pulls out his katana, Wolverine realizes this is a ruse to attack and kill Mariko and Noburo, so he leaps from the shadows and intercepts the assassin. As the false actor's body falls limp and bloody on Mariko, Wolverine hops onto the stage to fight the others. Is there an audience? Like, does the audience think this is part of it?
I think the audience is just those few. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a real power move is to put on a play for
I see.
a group of like 4 people.
I think it's funny that these are secretly assassins, but also the finest Kabuki actors Wolverine's ever seen.
Right.
They see multitudes. They're multi-talented. Katsuyori slaps Noburo and turns to flee, only to find his bodyguards all dead with knives sticking out of them. He and his wife hop into their car and it instantly explodes, with Yukio smiling behind the flames. The battle on the stage is savage and bloody, with Wolverine flying into a berserker rage, yet still leaving all of the men alive. However, when it's over, he looks past the stage lights to see Mariko staring up at him, horror and tears in her eyes. As she turns away from him, Yukio smiles. She's got him.
So, this is one of those hilarious things where Wolverine claws out, is just like slicing through guys, and then Chris Claremont puts a line that's like, "But I left them all breathing." Like, all right, well, okay.
Trying to give him some humanity, I guess?
That sounds like it was a gym shooter.
I only removed 1 kidney from each of them.
I stopped to bandage them all up so that they don't bleed out.
Do you guys think that maybe Wolverine has to run like that underwater because his skeleton is coated in metal?
No! The man just doesn't know how to swim.
Well, he doesn't float. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't know how to swim.
Just sinks right to the bottom.
Yeah, it's like he's fighting for his life every time he tries to swim because he's like getting so tired trying to lift his metal body up. But he can't do that because he's underwater, so he can't breathe it.
Whoops.
If you accidentally tried to breathe it underwater. Damn it! I drowned myself again. This ending is pretty intense.
Yeah, it's solid.
Wolverine, he's trying to save Mariko, but she sees him. This is like her first time ever seeing him just be a savage. Well, I guess not killer. I don't. All right, well, that kind of undercuts it, actually.
I mean, he still went unhinged, and it seems like it's her first time at least seeing him ultra violent.
Right.
Yeah. And also, why is he there? I think this is the first time that she sees him like on some sort of mission, almost on like a hit. or I guess as a bodyguard, but still it's the business side of him that she wouldn't usually see.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And his business is not very nice.
There's something really interesting in the early printing of this comic. It is on the last page of the first printing of this comic, and it is the final panel where there's a caption that says "It's finished."
Yeah.
Where you can learn how they do captions in comic books at this era.
Oh, interesting.
Because the corner of the caption is folded over.
Yes, exactly.
That is really
pasted on top. Yeah. All right. Do you guys want to hear what happens with our buddy Wolverine?
Nah, I think I'm good.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
this was a good story so far.
I want to preserve my memory of it here.
Yeah.
I'd like to preempt everyone with the cover art for this third issue, which looks like, have you seen that image of like sad Keanu Reeves on a bench, or like sad Ben Affleck? This is the most emo I've ever seen like a comic book character look. He is just sad and sitting on a bench, I presume. I guess there's not really a chair, but yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a very funny juxtaposition to how he comes off in the beginning of this issue.
Yeah.
You just open the cover and he's like leaping through the air. Just yay!
Tonal whiplash.
So this issue, Wolverine number 3, is called Loss. It's 4 panels long, and release date, August 3rd, 1982. Cover date, November 1982. We find a sharply dressed Wolverine participating in an illegal backroom sumo wrestling match. I'm Wolverine. I'm the best there is at what I do. I used to be a secret agent. I used to be a hero. Now I'm drunk and loving every minute of it. He narrates this as he reverses a sumo wrestler's grapple, picks the wrestler up over his head. Fucking sumo wrestlers weigh between like 330 and 600 pounds.
But we've established that Wolverine weighs, 450 to 500 of pure muscle, so maybe?
Well, not of pure muscle of metal skeleton.
Oh, right.
So he picks the wrestler up over his head, does a little dance with a goofy, carefree smile on his face.
I like the jig. The jig is very, very wholesome.
YUKIO, who Logan refers to as my lady, cheers from the sidelines, also dressed up for going out. The sumo pulls a dirty move, just like clonks him in the face.
Yeah, he throws a punch. You can't do that.
And Wolverine tosses him out of the window onto the street where Asano, Logan's friend and Japanese Secret Service contact.
Remember that guy?
From earlier?
Yeah. He surprises them. He's looking for Logan's help, as someone has taken over the entire Japanese underworld and is amassing enough power to take on the government himself. How long has it been since last issue?
I don't know.
I would love to know that.
Yeah. It struck me, they're both dressed up for going out dancing. So, like, they are at the stage in their relationship where together they went out dancing.
It seems like it's been weeks, right?
Yeah.
Or
it
even
seems
months.
Like
because they're kind of implying that during this time, Wolverine is really starting to, like, hit rock bottom in a way. He's drunk. He's, like, wrestling. He's with his lady friend, and they have established a relationship. So there's got to be some time that's passed for him to have, even if you, like, look at one of the panels, his eyes, they're, like, super tired and dark underneath. So clearly he's been, like, through it.
Wolverine, in this moment, expresses his disinterest in Asano's
Asan-ment.
Oh boy. As he and YUKIO drunkenly stumble off, while Asano expresses his disappointment at Wolverine hitting what appears to be rock bottom.
I mean, Asano asks him for some what sounds like I don't know anything. about this universe, but it sounded important. It sounded like this is really important. And Wolverine's like, no, I gotta go get drunk and bang this woman. This is way more important.
Well, that does sound pretty important.
Like, it sounded like the world was, like, ending. When Asano was like, I desperately need your help.
I do love the stakes here that the criminal underworld, essentially the Japanese mafia, is becoming powerful enough and threatening to overthrow the government.
Yeah, doesn't that sound a little more serious than, like, I don't know, man. I don't know, Wolverine. What are you doing?
Wolverine and Yukio stumble through a train station, failing to notice that at least a dozen ninjas are stalking them with bows and arrows from the rooftops.
Did they not, like, look up even once?
And what happened to Wolverine's enhanced senses? After a quick game of Bullet Train Chicken, it's like that scene from The Wire, only the train moves 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Logan curls up on the side of the tracks and falls asleep. Adorable.
As you do.
He dreams a lone warrior, rude and of common stock, rides against an army to meet his love, a rich heiress named Mariko. The warrior is...
Wait a minute. They couldn't change her name in the dream?
He doesn't dream very subtly.
He's not the most creative guy. That's Colossus. He's the artist. Wolverine is just like
just some guy.
There's a lone warrior, and he's got
his name is
fight an army. Yeah, and he's after a princess named Mariko. Yeah.
The warrior is mortally wounded and gets quickly nude. also nude. He's on a horse and in armor, but then suddenly he's very nude. He's mortally wounded when his love appears to tell him he's too common and ugly to have ever hoped to earn her love. As she delivers the killing blow.
You shouldn't kill someone just because they're ugly. That's mean.
What could this dream mean? While he sleeps, though, Yukio is assaulted by 5 members of the Hand, chastising her for failing to kill Wolverine and offering her the chance to make up for it by killing him now as he sleeps. She kills them all with ease, but when she tries to wake Wolverine and get him out of there, he calls her Mariko in his stupor. She kicks him square in the face and leaves him unconscious on the train platform.
I laughed at that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Back at the hotel room, Yukio is pacing in the dark when the door begins to open. Fearing it's an assassin, she throws one of her spine knives right into the throat of Asano.
No.
When Wolverine returns, he finds Asano with Yukio's blade in his neck and mourns the death of one of his few friends. That
actually really surprised me. Like, in terms of, like, a shocking moment in a comic book. I'm like, oh, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah. He was a cool dude.
They don't even show who it is,
right,
until Wolverine gets there.
They kind of imply in the artwork, if you look at the shadow that's going around that Yukio's looking at. He has glasses, and there's like only so. I don't think the Hand are going around wearing like Elvis Costello glasses, but
Japanese Secret Service agents always wear Elvis Costello glasses as part of the uniform.
I can spot him.
He starts to put some pieces together. Why is the Hand still after Yukio after Katsuyori's death? And the familiar scent on all of her weapons finally clicks. It's the same nerve poison he was struck with when he first arrived.
Oh no.
It was her! She works for Shingen!
What?
Oh. What? Her? No.
Just then she appears out of the dark, clearly wanting to plead, but Logan's ready to kill. She jumps out of the window. She jumps out of the window of Wolverine's hotel room. Didn't they already do that with this same window earlier?
They had to room service again. They had to come in and replace it. It's a thing.
All right, fix all the lamps and windows. He'll be back. He'll be back around 10 p.m.
She jumps out of the window, and we watch him chase her across the rooftops and through the glass roof of a Zen garden where she can run no further. This is another place where Frank Miller's just like, I don't feel like drawing Tokyo.
Well, there's something really interesting about there's no inks to the skyline.
Right.
There are colors, like the Glynis Ween is coming through and coloring in skyline. Did Frank Miller just not draw it and Glynis Ween is drawing the skyline? Did he draw it, but the inks don't get over it, but the colors still get put in?
So I think he drew these things, especially because in the first panel, there's just like a couple random windows and some circles that's supposed to tell you it's Tokyo's skyline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think he drew it and they didn't ink it. That's what
It could also be an artistic decision. It kind of reminds me of the Leyendecker comics, which famously have just block color behind it to represent emotion and things like that. So it could be an artistic choice.
I think on that page it is an artistic choice. I just think when she jumps out of the window, that's just laziness.
His style becomes famous for the way inks do or don't get applied, right?
Yeah. So now they're in the Zen garden, full of emotion. Logan's ready to kill Yukio, and at her convincing, seems ready to kill himself when he's done. But before he can bring his claws down, an arrow pierces his forearm. Suddenly, ropes wrap around his arms and legs and start pulling him in every direction as another dozen hand ninjas start descending on him. He notes that Yukio appears scared, despite the fact that she should be allied with them before taking any action. The next 2 pages are 8 panoramic panels of Wolverine whipping absolute ass. Yeah. He pulls back on the ropes they've wrapped around his arms, using them for leverage to swing around and stab fucking everybody. When the carnage is done, he has a moment of clarity in the Zen garden. He's torn between Yukio and Mariko, one in love with the man he is and the other in love with the man he could be. But he's failed them both. And yet, the patterns of life are as fluid as those of this gravel.
Would we really call gravel fluid? Okay.
If a Zen garden could see all this violence and still be restored to its natural state of peace and beauty, maybe he can too. Like at the start of this issue, Logan smiles, but this time it's a sober, hopeful smile as he declares to himself that he's a man. A man! Not a beast. And vows
I'm not a beast.
And vows to teach Shinjin that lesson for taking his dreams from him.
That was the most amount of growth I've ever seen someone go through in a single page. Like, usually it takes years to change and become sober and a better person. He's there. He's just there.
Well, I think it's really interesting the way they kind of take him on a journey through this, where he's clearly having a problem when it starts. He hits rock bottom close to the beginning, and then this is his moment of clarity. Like, this is the steps to sobriety.
And this is also him returning to the journey he's been on for years, right? Like, he's spent his entire time with the X-Men learning to be a better man. He starts, I'm not to jump too far into final thoughts, but he starts, when we first meet him, he's just a psycho grumpy man, right? Yeah. He's just like, you made me mad and I'm gonna stab you, bub. And over time, he starts to get this depth, and he learns to have friends, and he learns to open up to people, and he learns to show the other sides of him, the sides that know culture and understand humans. And this was a setback, right? This was a relapse into the previous person he was when he's rejected by Mariko. And Mariko is this, to him, she is a symbol of the man he's growing to become, right? She is I've been trying to be this better man. And if this woman loves me, maybe I am that better man. The X-Men have made me better. Being a hero has made me a better man. And then seeing her reject him as an animal was like a relapse. It set him all the way back to the beginning, just briefly. And then YUKIO is a symbol of that, right? He's like, well, fine, fuck it. I guess all I can be is this slovenly, animalistic berserker, fucking drunk idiot, like this girl loves.
Yeah, he even says at some point when they're like together, like on the ground, he's like, oh, she's a perfect fit. Yes. You know, not just physically, but this woman is a perfect fit for
She's
who I am.
Perfectly fit.
She's so fit. I wish I was.
She is very fit.
She would have to be. She lifted.
I mean, she calls herself like a tigress, and the way Wolverine describes her, she's moving very fluidly, and yeah.
And so I think in this moment, what he's trying to say here, he's like, not only was I wrong to doubt myself, not only am I worthy of, and he's not even saying I'm worthy of Mariko. What he's saying is I am the man that I wanted to be, and I'm kind of this other guy too. So I'm going to prove that I'm a hero and that I'm a man by saving Mariko, whether she wants me or not.
It's actually, even though it's short, it's actually a pretty good representation of relapse. Because a lot of times people relapse because they want that familiar thing that they were, even if it's negative. Yeah. So, you know, Wolverine going for maybe that's not the best for him, and going back to getting drunk and fighting, and that's familiar to him. So he feels like that's his identity. And that's what a lot of relapse does to someone. Yeah. So it actually is somewhat accurate in that way.
Yeah, I think so. And then like, I think his conclusion here is like, not only am I going to prove myself not worthy necessarily to Mariko, but worthy to myself. I'm going to prove to me that I am a man by saving her. But I am also this other guy. So I'm going to do it by fucking kicking some ass.
Yeah, but even when people relapse, they're still the person they are, right? So Wolverine is still Wolverine. Your personality doesn't change, you know? Yeah. So he's interesting.
So this is this moment where he's like, you know what? I am both of these people, and that is good. That is okay.
Just one fun thing before we move on to our final issue of this miniseries. There is a moment. So Wolverine is returned to the hotel room. He's figured YUKIO out. YUKIO pops back in. He asks her a question, and the narration says that she responds with a sound that's part laugh, part sob.
You want us all to try it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll go first, and then you, Roses, and then you, Pat. Okay. Part laugh, part sob.
I don't know if that was sobbing, Matt. That was like...
I see where you're going.
Okay, all right, your turn.
Okay.
All right. You had it like evolving. All right.
I evolved it. Yeah.
I saw it as a singular sound, more of like a...
I don't think that's possible. No, it's pretty good.
Thanks for indulging me. It's got to be one of those.
It's one of those. So people at home, picture one of those things. Also, I guess I want to complain about one more thing before we move on to the last issue, which is the fucking exposition is back so hard. Like, Chris Claremont has sort of moved away from the overly expositional explaining everything that's happened up till now at the beginning of every issue.
I was going to ask about that. Is that normal in an X-Men comic that it is redundant in its exposition? Because it seems like every time I read one of these, it's like, I'm Wolverine. I'm like, again?
It was, and they've kind of drifted away from it. And then from here forward in comics, not just X-Men comics, but in comics, it goes in and out of fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's in like the aughts or maybe the 2010s that they finally, I forget which editor did it, but they were like, that's enough. We're putting one page in the front of the comic that just explains the character's background.
Yeah.
I think Jamis. I think that's Bill Jamis, right?
I think you're right. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Modern comics, you open them up and there's one like tile at the top that tells you who the hero is and what their powers are. Because every writer was sick of having to shoehorn in like, oh, and by the way, I heal really fast. I think the other part of the problem here is that the lore is just so thick at this point. Like this was huge in the 60s and it was easy to work in because everybody had 3 stories under their belt. Mm-hmm. But now everybody has dozens of stories under their belt. And with Wolverine, you have to explain his powers, that somebody else added an adamantium skeleton. It's not actually part of his powers. Also, he heals really fast. Also, he's in the middle of some story. And somehow it relates to his origins. So
that's a good point. Yeah, maybe Chris Claremont is in other places gotten more subtle with it, and this is just because it's Wolverine, it's a lot more. But it is so noticeable and so obnoxious in this book.
Yeah, let's talk about the conclusion here. Wolverine number 4, Honor. Release date August 31st, 1982. Cover date December 1982. We see Wolverine in full costume, stalking a big heroin deal taking place under an archway in a park in the dead of night. As the two men exchange briefcases, Wolverine dashes through, claws out, slicing both cases open and spilling money and heroin everywhere.
Oh no.
This fucking bugs me, by the way. It happens in movies and it happens in comics all the time, which is like, oh, somebody burned our heroin supply, or oh, somebody somebody like
threw all our cocaine on the ground.
Yeah, Spider-Man kicked through our box of cocaine. And it's like, wouldn't everybody around get super fucked up right away? This is heroin, and now it is powdered, and now it is just like in the air as a dust.
You gotta wonder, so I don't think it's come up yet, but Wolverine's healing factor with a lot of writers doesn't allow him to actually get drunk. He can get like momentarily.
I was just going to ask that actually, because when we were talking about relapse, I'm like, he just, okay. All right, I guess he's over it. But I was going to ask if he had something about him that affects how he handles like alcohol and drugs.
Yeah, it does. And I think a lot of times, like in this one, it's like he can get drunk. It takes a lot, but he can get drunk.
Yeah.
He'll just sober up really fast. And then sometimes in some versions of Wolverine, it's like he can't get drunk because he heals faster than he can poison himself.
So his liver is just like healing essentially as he drinks. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, and his blood is being detoxified.
Interesting.
Yeah. So with the heroin, it's probably just a pretty solid buzz for him, right? Like,
but what about everybody else who's exposed to this heroin?
These two guys just fall down dead from overdose.
From 10 kilos of heroin being tossed up around their heads.
But that is a good point. Wolverine can just like do heroin.
He probably needs to if he wants to feel something.
He's just like this isn't for anybody else, but it's fine for me.
Yeah. Wolverine promises not to kill the drug dealers if they deliver a message to their boss, Shinjin. Wolverine is coming for him. Cut to a montage of Wolverine delivering this message to every corner of Shinjin's criminal empire. Shinjin spent years building his organization. I spent hours ripping it apart.
So fucking cool! That's such a cool line!
Meanwhile, on the Yoshida estate, Shinjin receives counsel that Wolverine is making him look foolish to his criminal empire when a package arrives for him. Inside is a collection of Shinjin's ninja's hoods and a note that simply says, "Tonight." He tells his aides he will face Wolverine himself. Back in the hotel room, Wolverine lights a cigar, wielding a crossbow as he looks over all the other ninja weapons he gathered in his busy night.
It's part like a little kid who is out collecting a bunch of sticks and rocks and acorns and is like, look at all the stuff I found. But it's also part like the really edgy guy on a forum in the early 2000s. Like, here's my stack of money, here's my 3 guns and my samurai sword, here's my PlayStation controller, my rock band guitar.
It is, honestly, what I saw here was a classic load-up scene from action movies. Like every good action movie before the final act has the hero reviewing all the weapons he'll bring with him for this like big final showdown. And it worked as that for me.
I think that's the feeling I got from it as well. I wasn't thinking about it, but that's definitely the feeling I got from him. And I also want to point out, this is the first time in the whole series we see Wolverine standing up straight.
Oh, I'm so proud of him.
Right.
He's got his mojo back. He fixed his behavior and his posture.
Wolverine doesn't usually need weapons, he explains, but tonight he'll use all the help he can get. Does this come back, by the way? Does he use any of these weapons? We don't see him using any of them. I wanted to see him like throw some stars or use that sharp hook thing.
He does, but he does it all off panel, right? We see a bunch of hand ninjas, disintegrating or whatever they do with weapons stuck through them, but we don't see him use them.
He reflects on his new disposition. Both he and Shinjin thought him an animal, but now that Logan knows he's not, he's going to prove it. Back to the Yoshida estate where we see Wolverine's 2 loves. First, Mariko prays for guidance, feeling torn between her sense of duty and her love for Wolverine. Then, across the estate, we see Yukio take out a guard and infiltrate the castle. She's spotted by the Hand who acknowledge that Shinjin wants her alive as they capture her with a net. Her one weakness.
Wow.
She even says, a net! I'm God! It is doing her best impression of Warren Worthington, the angel.
Yeah.
So, this is, speaking of like action movie tropes, this is a real good version of like the feeling I got here was that at the end of action movies or thriller movies, like all the pieces move into place for the final scene. And you just see like you tend to see like a montage of sorts of like each of the players in the final battle or whatever doing the thing that is going to set them up for it. And that's what I felt here.
Very good tension building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shinjin summons Mariko to his room, where she finds him lording over a tied-up Yukio. He promises them both that their love, Wolverine, will die tonight, and instructs Mariko to watch what happens when someone defies their duty in service of their love for Wolverine. He pulls out one of Yukio's spine knives, raises his arm, and brings it down on Yukio's restraints. Come for me, if you dare, he challenges her before completely wrecking her shit.
He beats her whole ass!
He does. We don't even see her land a punch. Having proven himself, he prepares to kill her, but Mariko grabs his arm and pleads for her life. He turns to chastise her, but before he can, there's an urgent call on the radio from a security outpost. He answers, but it's too late. The ninjas on the other end, as well as at any other security posts on the property, are already dead.
It looks like he's talking into an iPhone, by the way.
Like giving himself a memo or something.
Yeah.
Frank.
And it must be so annoying to be Lord Shinjin, and everybody around you keeps falling in love with Wolverine, and you have to be like, look, this is what happens when you fall in love with Wolverine. Everybody stop falling in love with Wolverine.
What if he is secretly in love with Wolverine? And he's
What if
just
he had
like
to do-
angry.
What if he had to do this with 5 other hand members already? Noburu, Mariko's husband, remember that guy?
I remember that guy. He was
Grabs...
the abuser.
He was.
Fuck that piece of shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he sucks. Grabs Mariko and starts dragging her away, not wanting to stick around for Wolverine's arrival.
Oh, he is. Yeah, there he goes. So he's being a heroic husband. He's saying,
Sure.
"Wife, I have to save you from this bad situation." I'm sure that'll keep up.
Mariko wants to stay, though, and when Noburu threatens her if she doesn't follow him,
Well, okay, he's worried about her.
Wolverine steps out of the shadows. Noburu pulls out a pistol, taking Mariko hostage
Oh, okay. All right, never mind.
before turning it on Wolverine when he puts his hands up. He gets one shot off before he's hit in the back with 3 of Yukio's spine knives and falls to the ground,
Nice.
dead.
All right, well,
That's about what he deserved.
yeah.
Yukio cuts a sash off of Mariko. And drapes it over Wolverine to help dress the gunshot wound. She leans in for a kiss and asks for Logan's permission to fight by his side, but he sends her away. I can't forgive her for Asano, and I can never repay her for Mariko. So I let her go. Wolverine finds Shinjin in his armor room, pulling the honor sword off the wall. Wolverine asks if he's worthy of the real sword now, and Shinjin asks him to answer that question now as the two rush at each other. We get another 2-page, 8-panel spread of panoramic shots of the battle where Shinjin appears to have the technical edge, but Wolverine's endurance and adamantium skeleton keep him in it.
It's another fucking badass scene.
It's so good. Wolverine's using his arms and his wrists to block the sword. Like, it's cutting through his skin, meeting the adamantium, and that's like his parry.
Right. Yeah, he's like, instead of allowing himself to get hit in the nerves, he just uses the fact that he is this indestructible fucking tank.
Yeah.
And he cuts Shinjin's tie.
He does. He just misses him. That's 2 pages. On the 3rd page, Shinjin manages to stab Wolverine through the side, keeling him over. As Shinjin brings his sword down for the kill, though, Wolverine catches the blade with his left hand, smiles, and extends his right to Shinjin's throat. We see Logan's eyes turn red and suddenly solemn, though, as we hear a familiar snikt, and the fight is over.
God damn. Wolverine's all bloody and torn up as he's holding the sword at his neck.
Yeah. He went to chop his head off and he caught it.
Which gives me the squicks, by the way, because putting your hand on a blade like that,
yeah.
even though it's not very graphic. It is and it's not, right? They do show
it's dangerous.
Yeah, they do show some stuff like going through the arm, but I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
Mariko enters, seeing Wolverine standing over the dead body of her father. Duty-bound to avenge her father, Mariko lifts the sword off the ground. But to Wolverine's surprise, instead of attacking, she gives the sword to him. The honor sword is not meant to be wielded by the leader of its clan, but rather by the samurai who best exemplifies its quality of perfection, in form and function, in body and spirit. Logan doesn't feel worthy, but Mariko assures him the sacrifices he made in the pursuit of good have earned him the honor.
I don't love this metaphor, by the way. Like, I do like Wolverine has earned
the sword.
No, I like Wolverine has earned Okay, yes, that Wolverine has earned the sword. Yes, I like that. Like, he's honorable. He's worthy. He's worthy of his place by Mariko's side. I don't like that it starts with this description of why the sword is like a metaphor for this honor. She talks about how it's perfection of form and function, of reality and spirit, to be worn not by the lord of the clan, but by the samurai who best exemplifies those qualities. And that's not Wolverine. He's not perfect.
Yeah, sure.
I think there's another way to look at it, though, because it says, you know, Logan does not feel worthy of this sword, but it doesn't actually matter, because somebody else does find him worthy, and it matters that somebody else, maybe he's not perfection. He doesn't exemplify what this sword means, but somebody else feels that way. And so his own perception of himself doesn't matter, because somebody else does. And that's very real life, right? We don't get to decide how worthy we are of something, you know?
Sure.
Like when somebody buys my art, for example, that's up to the person buying it, what it's worth. Does that make sense?
I like that part of the metaphor, right?
Sure.
Just the part that I don't like is the perfection part, because I think what makes Wolverine honorable, what makes him worthy, is that he's specifically that he's not perfect.
But maybe
he is a flawed person who is constantly struggling against his impulses. So he is not a perfect sword. He is a battered, broken, shitty sword that always gets the job done because I don't know, because it believes in itself. The metaphor falls apart there. But
what if Mariko? But what if that is what she finds perfection to be?
Then that is, like she said earlier, in my opinion, like she said earlier, like, if you don't understand why I can't leave, then you don't understand me. To me, that's the same. Like, she's not understanding Wolverine at that if that's how she feels, right? Because like trying to put a label like perfection on Wolverine is I think that's undervaluing him, because you're taking away the thing that makes him so. Anyway, that's how it struck me when I read her say the thing about the perfection. Like, man, the rest of this is so powerful, and I think exemplifies what you're talking about, Roses. Like, yes, it doesn't matter if he finds himself worthy; she finds him worthy. But it's just the perfection part. Where it's like, fuck, you guys, you got right to the finish line.
Honor and worthiness, yeah. Perfection, no,
that's the opposite.
By the way, if we're keeping count, Roses, that was the 5th time that you've mentioned you're an artist, which is the exact number that you predicted at the top of the show.
Well, you know. I'm talented like that. What can I say?
In a rare 1-page epilogue, only 1 page long, we see the X-Mansion as Logan explains through narration that if he had not finished the job against Shinjin, Mariko would have done it herself. And then, bound by honor, would have been forced to kill herself as well. We see Kitty, Peter, Aurora, Scott, and Kurt all gathered around a card as he narrates that Mariko had seen her father's corruption and dishonor after the actions he took against Wolverine and YUKIO. We see the other side of the card the X-Men are looking at, sporting a photo of Logan and Mariko in traditional Japanese outfits and inviting them to their wedding.
The end. Wild. What a wild ending.
It says in actually pretty nice handwriting. Hey elf, don't forget the beer. W.
It's cute. Personalize a wedding invitation. You can't do that for everyone.
It's very sweet, very cute ending. To be like it's a meaningful, nice ending, and then to see the X-Men all just gathered around, like, oh, it's our buddy Wolverine.
Our friend. What?
He's getting married. Like, it's so funny, so cute.
It's a very good last page too. It's just like, it gives you Wolverine. It's a lot of narration, but it boils just down to like Mariko also knew that her father was a jerk, which is why she's not honor bound to like try to kill me or anything. Like, this is why it's all still okay with her sense of honor.
Right.
And then also we're seeing the X-Men, Wolverine's friends, all being happy for him. Like, it's just it's such a breath of fresh air after such a moody story.
And
moody is the word for it. Yep.
And it's another reminder of Wolverine's humanity, right? Like, it's not just Mariko. He has friends, and they are excited to hear from him. They are happy for what transformation he's achieved here.
Yeah. They're happy that their friend has found success. Like, he went off to take a vacation, and it's working out for him.
Yeah. Whew, that's the Wolverine miniseries. Holy shit, you guys.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Extremely good.
I liked it too.
The art is really exciting. We talk about it a lot, but just like at every level, the pencils, the inks, the colors, they're just beautiful. They come together. Each one has its moments. The story is tight and tense and really well paced, and relies as much on you reading the narration as it does on you interpreting characters' facial expressions, which
I take well, yes, to an extent, but I think you could delete all the narration, all the dialogue from this, and you would get the story almost perfectly.
Yeah, that's fair.
If you just look, like, I tried to do this at some point. When I started to realize this, I tried to like flip through and just look at every panel, and I think I would understand. There's a lot of these, the complexities I wouldn't understand, but I think I would understand every moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why comic book art is art. I mean, there's really no argument to that in my mind.
Right.
It is a form of art. But it is such a good form of visual storytelling. Just the way that I find it really interesting that even though some of the panels are not, strictly one after the other, they're kind of out of alignment, but you know exactly how to read these panels. And I think that's just a good feat of the art and the artist.
I think the only... So I'm doing it again now. I think the only situation where I would be confused if there was no dialogue and no captions is, why did Wolverine and Yukio go to Katsubori? Is that what his name was?
Katsuyori.
Why did they go to Katsuyori's place?
Yeah, sure.
Like, that's the only part where I think I would be at all confused. The rest of this is just even his like revelation in the Zen garden. I think you can just get by the...
Yeah, that's what I was just clicking through.
Yeah. It's just so fucking well done.
We talked about this all the way through, but Frank Miller and Chris Claremont, to a lesser degree, but still Chris Claremont, have this kind of like warped Clint Eastwood-esque vision of masculinity.
They do.
This is their ultimate man, right? Where he's stoic, he never shows pain or weakness, he's gruff and ugly and unpleasant, but he's still sophisticated, he's worldly. It's very like Hemingway, right? His idea of like, you should be... of how to be a man. Your natural manliness just causes women of any background or social class to throw themselves at you. It's very like, and yet we still have this really, I think, vulnerable, introspective and emotionally driven guy. Like, it's a very important part is that the decisions he's making, whether they're right or wrong, are based out of emotion. It's him like doing what he wants to do based on just the way that he feels about the situation.
Right.
So it's so there's two wolves inside of these guys.
Two wolverines. Rose's final thoughts.
I think I have more of an appreciation for it now that we've like really gone over it, really scrutinized it. Like I liked it when I read it.
My heart just grew 3 times this day.
It did. But like no, like kind of going over like the more emotional part of Wolverine and seeing him go through a relapse. Even though obviously the universe is not relatable, but the story, the emotions are relatable.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting, and I actually really like looking at all this art. It brings me back to when I tried really hard to be a comic book illustration person, and I still use these styles in my art today. I think it's really, really striking and really beautiful. So I'm glad you guys asked me to read it. Actually, I really enjoyed it.
Thanks so much for reading it with us
on this Christmas day, this frosty Christmas day with the snow falling down and the claws through the tree and the weird mask on Santa Claus.
The hair and snow.
If you had a time machine that you would like to try out,
Okay, Matt Roses, it is time for another Pat Steals and Deals. And I'll tell you, this segment is getting pretty popular. It seems like a lot of people have been asking Santa for Pat Steals and Deals. And so he's sent his little elves out to all the flea markets and comic book shops he can find to tear the ads out of the original issues. So, as listeners know, I spent my vast fortune collecting every X-Men comic original printing so that I can read these ads to you. But when I have to go and find another series, like a Wolverine mini-series, it's kind of last minute. I can only find the ones that Santa's little elves have already ripped the ads out of. So, in the interest of transparency, but still bringing people joy with my weekly segment, I have once again grabbed an ad from another comic book. This is not from the Wolverine miniseries, but it's a good one. It says, Super Ring. Your Super Ring can control devices through objects with an invisible magnetic field. Demonstrated on ABC TV and featured in magazines and newspapers. Includes Super Ring, activator, and instructions. Requires 9-volt battery.
Wait, hold. All right. It's a super ring.
Take it in. It's a super ring.
It controls devices through objects.
Yes.
With an invisible magnetic
field.
Demonstrated on ABC TV and featured in. So it's just a.
It's a powerful magnet. I think
it's just a ring with a magnet.
You need a 9-volt battery to operate it.
It's the same normal size as a ring, but it needs to be powered by a 9-volt battery. Is the battery the ring? Like, what is that? Like the gem part of it? It's just this
Look
battery.
at the size of that rock.
What?
Here's another fun detail. Only $4.50 and 50 cents postage. Send 25 cents for postage.
What the fuck is this thing? How does it control device? Is this like, oh my God, is this like when they didn't know, when the average person didn't know why you didn't want to put a magnet up against a screen, and they were just like, look.
Yeah, look, I can control. I think the idea is that like through a table, you can control a metal device by activating the magic ring under the table.
Meaning you could just like move it around.
Yeah. Think of a device as like more like a wrench and less like an iPhone.
So how much is this?
$4.50 plus 50 cents postage plus 25 cents postage.
Why does it say that? Why does
$5
it say 50 cents and 25 cents postage?
Because that's how they get you.
So what was
$5.25 times about $3.25. Again, the US dollar is not great these days. Comes out to about $17.06, including postage.
It's pretty good for like a ring, something functional.
Rings are expensive.
I just paid like $90 for a ring. So
would you would
Right?
buy, so this would be a deal and a steal for you.
for me, yeah.
I don't think I would spend $17 for a ring with a magnet in it.
And a 9-volt battery on
Well,
it.
you that's the best part is the 9-volt battery.
No, a 9-volt battery. I just realized that's fucking huge.
Yeah, that's what I said
Yes.
earlier. I'm like, why?
I was just still trying to figure out what the hell this would be.
Yeah.
This thing's
Like-
giant.
It's just the battery. All you
The
see
battery
is this
that powers
battery.
the battery that powers your car is 12 volts.
Yeah.
It's taking 2/3 of that power on your finger.
Wow. Well,
He's got an eye out, doesn't you spy out? If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, and deals and
Oh, that's the episode, folks. A few orders of business to take care of, but first, Roses, Pushing Up Roses. Where
Yes.
can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/pushinguproses. You can find me on Instagram, pushinguproses. Basically just Google Pushing Up Roses. There's only one and it's me. So
You got it on lock.
you'll find it. Yep.
Great. We'll put some links in the show notes as well. Please keep on listening, most importantly, but tell your friends about us. Subscribe, like, share, rate, review, comment, anything
Rant,
you can do to interact.
Rave.
for Christmas, I want all of our listeners
Oh boy.
to just talk about us on social media. Just like share your favorite episode, this episode or any of your favorite episodes of the show. Just share them as your Christmas present to your old pals Matt and Pat. Just share share an episode on social media and tell your friends, your followers, your whatevers.
Yeah, be a
Hey.
big help.
This is a podcast I like. This is a podcast that I think is funny or informative or silly and fun. And if you like
Verbatim, please.
if you like X-Men, you might like that. Don't do it verbatim. Anyway,
You can follow us on Instagram at Mutant Menace Pod. You can be featured on Pat's email corner, mutantmenacepod@gmail.com. Join our Discord. It's actually a Discord for us and Save Your Game, who two other folks on this podcast with me host together. So if you like any of the three of us, you should be on that Discord.
so Save Your Game real shortly. Right, Roses? We will be doing our Game of the Year episode. So
Yes.
if
It's
you are,
gonna be tough.
it's gonna be it's a fucking rough year for it, folks. It's not that there's too many. There's too many good games.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a wild one, and we're gonna have a really cool guest on that. So even if
Me?
you're not what's that?
Me?
Yeah, come on down.
He said a really cool guest.
I'm in charge of this podcast and I say yes.
Pat doesn't play
Sorry, Matt.
enough video. Pat, have you played a single video game that's been released in 2025?
When did Stardew Valley come out?
Oh no. Oh no.
So yeah, you're disinvited, but you can come on some other time. So even if you're not a regular listener, Game of the Year episodes are a fun time to, just jump in and check in.
Yeah.
I want to thank Krills Wilson for the music in this episode, most of the music in this episode. I also want to thank Julia Selly for the voice of Trish Tilby. And of course, once more, we want to thank Pushing Up Roses for being on this episode. Thank you, Roses.
Aw, thank you. Thank you for having me. I had a great time.
And Merry Christmas, everybody.
That's sweet.
Was it?
No, we're still going to do our outro.
Okay, I thought that was your sign off.
No, that's not my sign off. That was just Merry Christmas, everybody. We're going to do a sign off, but also Merry Christmas.
if you're listening on Christmas, Merry Christmas.
And if you're not, this isn't for you. All right.
Wow.
All right, folks. As we say at the end of every single episode, I have claws.
That's
Very
right,
special,
folks.
Matt.
And always remember, I am unworthy.
But also, now's the time to balance the books.